What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Hope all you had a great day so far today. Wow. Getting into this episode, Saints and Sinners, season 5, episode 7, Mark of the Beast. Listen, y'all gotta stop playing with me like this with these episodes. Y'all gotta stop playing. I'm telling y'all, every single episode is more bananas than the last one. But as great as this episode was, it hit me. Like this episode, it hit me. Um, First of all, as always, shout out to the whole cast, shout out to the crew, the writers, the producers. Y'all be giving me life on this show. Like seriously, every episode, I just get so mad that the seasons be so short. I be like, no man, I need listen. Y'all gonna have to give me about 10, 12 episodes at least. You gonna have to because the show is good, man. Like it's hell is better than good. Um, whoo. Lord have mercy. But yeah, shout out to everybody that's a part of making this show what it is. Like just pure greatness every week. Um Jabari. Listen, Jabari is one of my favorites on this show. Like he been my dog since season 1, but I'm gonna need him to get his smarts back. I'm gonna need him to get smart because it's like, why does Paige always have to tell this man something that he should have been did? Like, why Paige gotta be the one to tell you this? Like, he need Paige to do this interview or whatever because his TV station is struggling. The ratings are struggling, like they are in the red right now. And Anita basically told them if they continue in that trend, they're gonna have to start laying people off. And once they get worse than where they are now, there's no bounce back for them. You know what I'm saying? That station gonna be dead. Um, and I felt like that was just so unprofessional for him and Angela to be going back and forth the way they did because he really wasn't expecting Angela to come back to work after what happened at the gala. Like he really was not expecting to see her. I don't know why. She's still a 50% partner. She's still your business partner. So until you sever those ties, she still has legal right to come there. Um, but he needs Paige to do this interview though to boost up the ratings and everything else. Paige didn't want to do it, of course. Like I totally understand why Paige didn't want to do this interview. You know what I mean? Like she's not ready to talk about her experience and what happened and all that, especially not on live TV. Like she is definitely not really ready to do that, and she really don't want to do it also because she feel like Angela has something to do with it. Um, but Jabari had to keep reassuring her Angela had nothing to do with this interview, that this was all Anita's doing. So she was willing to do it under one condition, that he finally get rid of Angela. He was like, no, get rid of her ass as your business partner. Fire her. Jabari sitting there, oh, what you about? Get rid of the skank. Like, what are you doing? You should have been got rid of her the moment you found out she knew. You should have been wrote the check to get rid of her, fool. You should have never got involved with her. Like, I don't get Jabari. Like, you know how scandalous that woman was? Knew she was scandalous. Um, so she came up into the office. Angela came up in the office all gung ho, talking about, oh, let's let bygones be bygones and just work together and let's be professional. Angela, no. We are way past that. Like the delusions that was coming out of her mouth. I'm like, we are way past that. Let bygones be bygones. Like y'all already tried that. And he found out that your ass knew his wife was alive and didn't say nothing. So yeah, we're past that friendship stuff. Um, so he wrote her a check and was like, yeah, we good. Like, I'm buying you out. Take the buyout. She's sitting there all shocked. Oh, you're firing me? Oh, yeah, he firing you, Trick. He should have been did that a long time ago. Um, so Paige come up in the office. Angela really be trying to get buck with Paige. I'm like, Angela, go sit down because you don't want no smoke. Go sit. Go have a seat. Go on timeout. Just go. Like she's sitting there talking about, oh, I'll get security. Yeah, security is gonna come up in there to take your ass out. Like they're not coming to remove her, they're coming to remove you. Um, And she really tried to walk up on Paige like she was gonna do something. Paige looked at her. Paige didn't even jump. Paige stood right in that same spot and was like, "Try me. I dare you. Go ahead, try it." Cause you know Paige was hoping she would have swung on her. She was hoping she would have tried it. Angela, that's why Angela stopped in her tracks because she knew she wasn't stupid. Like, you may be crazy, you ain't that damn crazy now. You ain't that foolish. And it was so funny that Paige was looking at the check or whatever that Jabari wrote her and dropped it on the floor. So when Angela went to go pick it up, Paige took out some singles. She said, "Oh, let me give you some severance. Ain't this what you used to? Here. Ain't this what you used to? Ain't this where you came from?" Paige had to remind her ass real quick, you came from the Players Club stripping for dollar bill, and that's where you about to go back to. You about to go hopping back on that pole in a minute. Let me give you some ones. Go help you for your troubles. I'm like, as good as those scenes was, I said, y'all gotta remember though, she got that evidence on Jabari about him killing Gloria though. She still got that, even though Jabari don't know she got it. I'm like, that's still her ace. So they getting ready for the interview or whatnot, and Anita was the one who was supposed to be interviewing Paige. Angela showed up to the interview to conduct the interview. I said, oh hell. Listen, y'all know what they say about people playing with fire, but the hell with fire. Angela was playing with a volcano at this point. Because I'm like, Angela, you keep on messing with that volcano, that bitch is gonna erupt. Like, don't do it. Do not do this. Don't do it. And Paige held her composure for as long as she could. She held it together. But I know she wanted to wail on her the moment she mentioned Jada and Jabari. I know Paige wanted to whoop that ass. But she was like, nah, we on TV. We on TV. I ain't about to do this. I ain't about to, let you gold me into whooping your ass right now. But when these cameras get turned off, that's a whole different story. So Angela started talking about Jabari and all the changes, talking about has he been acting different or making changes since you came back or before you came back, whatever. This heifer, Angela, had the nerve to say that she was pregnant with Jabari baby. I said, hell to the no. I was like, what? She must be lying. I mean, it is a possibility, but damn. When she said that Paige could no longer hold her composure, that TV interview turned into must-see TV. Listen. Paige got up and started whooping that ass. Jabari sitting there. Really, Jabari? He was just sitting back there the whole time. No. No. Jabari. We could clearly see who's in charge of that household, and it definitely ain't Jabari Morris. It's Paige Morris. That's who running the show around that bitch. We already see that. Paige is running the house. Cause I'm like, Jabari, really, bro? Really? But she was whooping Angela, just beating on a pregnant woman. Well, alleged pregnant woman. Cause we all know you can't trust no damn Angela. That woman lied like she breathed. But Paige was getting her licks, and she said, wow, wow. And I was sitting there clapping too, because I said, it's about time. Like, Angela has needed her ass beat for so long. Oh my God, I was so happy. I said, just whoop that ass. Just tag her ass. Just pound on her. I don't think she's pregnant. I don't believe that. Something tells me that's just another card she trying to play to hold on to Jabari. Because Angela delusional as all get out. That woman is just gone. So anyway, moving on from that. Ella is out for blood. And I'm here for it. This is the Ella I want to see. Strong Ella. I mean, don't get me wrong. Ella done did her dirt. But the way Victor done played her, and in my opinion, I really kind of don't feel bad for Ella because she was warned by the queen bee herself, Leona of all people. I'm like, now as much hell as Leona raised, if she's warning you about somebody, she even leave town based off of somebody else, that should tell you needed to listen. Because clearly, she ain't lying to you. And dude that you putting all your faith in, obviously something in the buttermilk ain't clean. Clearly. So she basically told Rex, like, yeah, I'm about to shut this down. Like, we need to get him. And Rex was happy to see the old, Ella back. He was happy about that. He said it's about time. He said, we gonna get him. We gonna get him. So of course she went to go see Leona because Leona the one person that know him well and could tell her like where is he vulnerable at, where can we hit him. Um, so that whole scene between Leona and Ella was just wow. Like we saw a side to Leona I don't think we ever seen, or the last time I seen Leona act human was when she was at their mother grave. That's the only time I ever seen that woman act some, semblance of human. Um, but that scene between her and Ella was everything though. Like she basically told Ella how they met Victor, because they were working at his place or whatever that place was, she said. And they were like cooking and cleaning and stuff like that. And, he was infatuated with their mother and stuff when he first saw her and all that stuff. Because Leona was pretty much setting the scene, going into the backstory, talking about how, basically their mother showed Leona everything, how to make tea, how to properly make it, how to pour it. She was elegant. She was a very classy lady. And that's where, Lady Bird get it. That's where Leona get it. Like they say, you get it from your mama. She got it from her mama. Everything you see on Lady Bird, she was taught by her mama. Um, so basically, Victor, he got Ike Turner syndrome. He got Ike syndrome. Like that man got bipolar Ike Turner all up and through. Like he used to beat on her mother, all that stuff. Like he would pound on that woman. Like just straight beat on her all the time. Like he would just, it's like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of thing. Like he'd be all nice and stuff one minute, but then the next he'd get into this mood where he ready to pound on you. And he was abusing Leona too. He branded Leona the same way he branded Felicia with the V. He branded Leona because Leona still got the scar. I said, damn, he put his hands on Queen Bee. His ass got to go. And then he was threatening Leona, basically telling her that he was going to do the same thing to Ella. So, at some point, Lady Bird just had enough and she had to run. And she was also talking about the story about how why their mother died. It wasn't really just from childbirth. It was because their mother was beat on so much by him that she really didn't have the strength to, push out a child and all that. Like, it took whatever little strength she had left to, push Ella out. And that's all the strength she had left. The man done put his hands on her so many times and stuff. I felt so bad listening to that story. Like, even though it's like a storyline and stuff and it's a script, it's like because stuff like that happens in real life. You know what I mean? So it like tugs at you. And seeing Leona act all human and stuff, and her and Ella was just crying and all that, that was just crazy. Like, especially for those two to come together. That was like a come to Jesus moment. And I was here for it because I felt like it was beautifully acted. It was well written. It couldn't get no better than that. That was some storytelling right there. Um, Especially with the flashbacks and all that, because Victor is definitely something else. That man is a lunatic. Like he has a petulant for violence. Um, so Ella wanted to know, like, how do we beat him? Like, how do we defeat him? So she was like, basically play off that anger that he got, make him lose control. Because if you can make him lose control and get angry like that, then you can control him. That was some sage advice, like, and I believe, Ella went for it. Um, so Ella went to go see Rex or whatever and just let him know, like, they need to shut Victor down. She was like, yeah, Victor gotta go. So because he was sitting there cleaning his gun and whatnot. He was sitting all over there cleaning his gun and stuff. And she was like, yeah, he branded Leona and beat on her mother and did X, Y, and Z. She was like, we gotta get rid of him. So when Rex was sitting there pouring a drink, Ella done took that gun that he was cleaning. As soon as Rex turned around, saw his gun missing and saw Ella missing, he said, damn. He knew where she was going. Rat-a-tat-tat. She was going to put some 5 or 6 bullets up in Victor's ass. That's where she was going. And somebody need to do it. That man need to get what they call it, an A-town stomp. That's what he need to do. Somebody need to stomp on his old ass. That man got to go. He like the Candy Man. Like he just be popping up all over the place. Like, And Rex, now we found out who was really behind the organ thing, because Rex followed the cop or whatever that's on the tape, and the cop let him right to Victor. So Victor was the one behind all of this the whole time. I'm not even surprised. I'm not surprised. Victor got his hand in everything right about now. And it was so funny watching Rex and Kendrick together, because Rex is just so unbothered. Like, Kendrick came up in there and was like, "Oh, so you knew the whole time that wasn't my baby?" Rex didn't jump bad. He didn't nothing. Rex was sitting right there like, "I tried to tell your ass." Rex didn't give a damn. I'd be like, yo, why they make Rex so cold blooded? That's the type of unbothered I'm trying to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, the same way Rex was so nonchalant about it. He was like, "I tried to tell you." He was like, "You ain't want to listen." And he was like, "Shit, it ain't my secret to tell." Um, it's like, I love the scenes between him and Kendrick though. The scenes between him and Kendrick be so hilarious, but real at the same time. Cause he keep trying to tell Kendrick, man, he was like, "Yo, if you wasn't my son, boy." And I know when he said that, I felt that. Cause you already know, if Kendrick was not Rex's son, Rex would have been popped the bullet in Kendrick. I could already tell he would have been put a hurting on Kendrick if that wasn't his son. Um, but he ended up giving Kendrick a gun or whatever, because Rex was like, "Shoot, you gotta protect your family." He said, "Go protect your woman." You know? And he needed Kendrick help too, because he needed Kendrick to give him a list of all those addresses and stuff that he went to go drop off those organs and stuff. And that's what led him to Victor. So I guess they was helping each other out in the long run. Victor is something else though. That man was running around just threatening folks. Like, first he stopped off and started, talking to Stacia or whatever. This fool offered Stacia money for her baby. For her unborn baby. Because he was like, "Oh, that's the last male heir to my family," or whatever. And he was like, "Oh, name your price," or whatever, basically. Like, he wanted to buy the child. And we all know Stacia not going to sell her baby. We know that much. So if Stacia don't sell that baby, we all know Victor going to take the baby by force if he got to. We know how Victor roll. He don't care. Him offering to buy the child at that moment is him being polite. That's his way of being polite in the moment. Like, he's basically saying, "I'm being nice right now. I'm asking nicely." You know what I'm saying? You refuse me, it's gonna be a whole nother ball game. Like, then I'm gonna take that child. Refuse me if you want to. Like, that man running around threatening pregnant women, threatening mamas. Like, what is wrong with this man? Like, he got such an issue with women. Like, he the one that need therapy, because I want to know his backstory. Like, what's his obsession with beating on women and stuff? Because that comes from your childhood. Like, his daddy must have did it then for him to be acting a fool. So then he go over to Tam. Tam come home and she calling out for her nanny or whatever, and the nanny not there. Victor up in there, reading to Austin or whatever, talking about, "I'll eat you up," and all this crazy stuff. And he got this little sinister ass look on his face and stuff. And it's about time everybody is finally seeing Victor for what he is, because you had Rex, you had Leona, they run around warning folk. Like, bro, Victor is not who you think he is. Like, he's really not. He's the devil himself. I'm glad Tam's starting to see him for who he is. A little too late, but it's about damn time. Um, that was his plan from the get-go. Butter her up, do a couple favors for her, basically try to get her comfortable and try to get her indebted to him. So that way, when the time came, he could basically kind of finesse her into giving up those stocks and her seat on the board. Because that's what he wanted from day one. He don't care about nobody. And he basically told her, he was like, "You're going to sign those papers." He said, "Haven't I been nice to you?" That's the conversation of a sociopath. Like, when haven't I been done right by you? Didn't I secure you full custody papers against Miles? And he admitted to having his guys beat up Miles. He admitted to it. And basically said that he did it as a message to Miles of what he will do to his family. I was like, damn, Victor. Like, this man got his hand in everything. And he basically told her, because she was like, Tam sitting there talking about, "Oh, I'm going to have to look over the papers and with my attorney and get back to you." He said, "Okay, I'll be waiting 8 o'clock tonight, have the papers signed." She thought he meant a few days or something. No, 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 no. No, ma'am. He said, "No, have them papers signed by tonight, 8 o'clock. He even stationed one of his men outside her house, basically to watch her all day, to see where she trying to go, who she talk to, make sure she don't try to do nothing slick. Cause he let her know. He was like, "Don't disappoint me." He said, "You don't want to do that." And Stacia, she was so shook that she had to go to Kendrick, for his help or whatever, because Kendrick was still trying to play hardball. I understand Kendrick being mad at her. He got every right to be mad at her. What she did was foul. But I'm like, you know what, Peanut Head, take her back. Just forgive her, because Stacia was foul for what she did, but they was a cute couple. So his peanut head behind need to just let go and let God, and take her back. Just forgive her, and I'm glad he did. Because she gonna need some protection. And Tam got smart real quick. She went up in that house, got her an Uber, and turned the music up in the house so the guard outside could hear it, and she ran her ass right out the back into that Uber. I said, that's what I'm talking about, Tam. Get smart real quick. That's what I'm talking about. So she ended up at some little diner looking place or whatever, waiting for Stacia to come, because she was looking over a bunch of documents that Malik had left her. And a lot of those documents was some text mess against Victor, and they had Levi. It had Levi, Victor, Malik, all their names in it for tax fraud. Because Stacia was looking over the paperwork. She was like, "Oh, this right here." She said, "Yeah, this is a mess right here." So Kendrick ended up showing up to the diner because one of Victor's goon ended up tracking Tam down to the diner. So Kendrick ended up showing up because he still worked for Victor. So he came to pick up Tam to bring her to Upsurge. Tam was like, "Hell no." She's like, "I ain't going nowhere." So he was gonna drop her off home and whatnot, but this big old truck pulled up, obscuring the guard's vision for a second or whatever. So I knew something bad was gonna happen, because Tam was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna catch a ride. I'll just get a ride home. I'm gonna head back into the diner." When she said that, I knew something was gonna happen. I knew some mess was gonna go down. I knew somebody was gonna get blown up. It gave me that vibe. And when he told Stacia to get in the truck and he was gonna, walk over because he was gonna get her a teddy bear or whatever. And once she got in that truck and started turning up that music, I said, "It's a bomb that's about to go off." I knew it. It was set up for a bomb. I knew it. I know them type of scenes very well. When you're supposed to drop somebody off and then they change their mind at the very last minute, "Oh, no, I'm going to just catch a ride, go back." Somebody about to die. Either somebody about to get a drive-by shooting or somebody about to get blown to smithereens, and I knew it. And he went and put that ring in that teddy bear, turned back around, because the dude had called Victor and was like, "Yeah, I got eyes on Tam," or whatever. He thought Tam was the one that got in the truck. So Victor was like, "Yeah, finish it." So he's sitting there turning up the bomb and stuff, and the damn bomb went off. I said, "No, not Stacia. No." I was like, damn. Victor probably going to be fucked up in the head for a second, because he basically killed his grandchild. And he don't even know it yet, because he thought Tim was going to be in that car. I'm like, damn, bruh. Damn. Ugh, not Stacia. Oh, my God. I mean, she was foul for what she did, but I love me some Stacia, though. I was like, I didn't see that coming. Stacia dying, I did not. I kind of had a feeling she was gonna die, but that was more towards the end of this episode. I kind of felt it, like either she was gonna die or Kendrick or Tam. One of them I knew for sure was gonna get popped. The way that scene was looking, but damn, Stacia blew up. Victor need his ass whooped. I mean, severely. He need that rat-a-tat-tat step on your back. Like, he need that type of ass whooping. He need a LAPD Rodney King ass whooping. Like, I don't even want to see him get shot. He need to get tortured. Because what he just did, that was just so foul. So foul. This episode was hot. This episode was everything. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about it. I'll see y'all later. We got a little break next week. The show come back. The season finale is in 2 weeks. I know it's gonna be fire. I know it. Literally and figuratively. So I'll see you all y'all later. Have a great night. Peace.